Alright guys, if you're new to the channel, please consider on hitting the subscribe button and hitting like on this video, as it lets me know you're enjoying the content I'm bringing out for you guys. So I told you guys when I first started this channel was primarily around the player that's wanting to get better or the new player coming into the game. As with locals starting to open back up, Konami starting to sanction or approving some local events. Everybody's trying to get back to in real life play. Now, we're not fully there until like a YCS is there, but we're scratching and clawing and getting that way. So this video is a side deck slash tech options for your deck at a budget. So without further ado, let's go ahead and roll the intro. So this is kind of like my side deck slash, we'll just say side deck choices or side deck discussion for the 2021 format. I don't see a lot of YouTubers actually putting this out there, or if I'm talking to like a casual player or a player in the locals, they might put this together as a side deck, but I don't think that a lot of people understand side deck building or a good side deck this format. When I had put this card list together, I did think about the budgeting options. So you are not going to see triple tactics talents, you will not see forbidden droplets, you will not see lightning storms. I have everything classified as either removal, just generically good, or just something that it can either be playing into a deck that can be searched. Disclaimer, I am not playing Call by the Grave nor Harpy's Feather Duster. I think outside the Harpy deck, Harpy's Feather Duster cannot be searched. Now, if I am wrong on that, please leave it in the comment section below. But this is the only one card that I play one of, and it is Pankratops. Now, I'm not going to show three of everything, but every card here should be played as a three of besides this. This can be searched in the Dinosaur deck. It's also one of the best utility cards. You can pop a monster, pop a back row. It is just really good. I get another thing is I'm not putting Rev Reboot. Rev Reboot cannot be searched. This can be searched in the Dino deck, and this is why I'm including this. So if you're playing dinosaurs, this is really, I believe you main deck this, but if you're not main decking it, you consider main decking it or siding it. But outside of that, let's go ahead and go into three of that you should be playing in the side deck, you should be considering into your locals. First things first, Drytron, Virtual World, and most rogue decks can set up like really nasty boards and they're hard to deal with. The new Bird Up deck can set up a board that does not let you special summon. This is the cheapest way to generically deal with that. Dark Riddle or no more. While your opponent does not take battle damage, it does help you crack boards. This was a really good tech in the Dragon Link meta, but now this is very affordable. It is in the structure deck, the Charmer structure deck. So this is what I call a card that can help lead the blowout cards. The Solemn package, Solemn Strike, you know, it negate, both of them pretty much negate the summon. One does a normal any summon plus a spell trap card. This does a monster effect or a special summon. These are very budget now. These are been reprinted over and over, so they're very cheap. They can deal with the board. Judgment can deal with that pesky lightning storm. If you don't like it, they can deal with the normal summon if you're playing some rogue deck that's normal summon reliant. This actually just kills pure zoo. They make a zoo, let them go into their first link, then strike it, then, you know, they have to just hopefully set up their backboard, and they just have to hopefully set up with their hand traps or their back row. Super Polymerization. I was considering not putting this into this list because, again, you have to run a fusion target if you're not playing a fusion based deck. The Shaddolls is a really good deck right now, and I noticed that a lot of Shaddol variants are not playing this, which I think is very incorrect. Anytime that you're playing a Shaddol variant, you should be playing Super Polymerization. I do not care. As long as this card is at 3, this should be played in your deck at 3. And it also does help out the Dragoon. So you can super poly the Predaplan and the Dragoon into to start a venom. And even though that you do have to commit two resources to this, one's a common, this comes to structure deck, so you know, very affordable. Alright, now I'm gonna talk about like just really good hand traps that actually work pseudo. Effect Veiler. Union Carrier is a big thing this format, and going for the Drytron board, they're trying to make Union Carrier. If you can stop the Union Carrier, they essentially have a hard time combo or it hurts their combo. Now, they do run the Herald of Orange Light. So I would honestly recommend playing the Imperm over the Veiler. I do know that Imperms are still 20 a copy, but you know, it's okay. This isn't a $300 playset, it's a $60 playset. This Surge utility, you hit the carrier, you can hit so much generic rogue stuff, because keep in mind guys, not a lot of people in your locals is gonna be playing Dogmatica. Just be realistic, Dogmatica is expensive. This deals with generic rogue. Joel Nightbird kills turns, kills the Alistair deck, kills anything that searches, kills Drytrons can't search from this. Joel was a very good tech option. It's actually one of the best hand traps in this format. Joel does come in a common printing in the structure deck, so it's all about $4 or $5, so $12 playset. Ghost Ogre, I'm still looking at it in the light of, you know, you're going back to locals. And again, locals are not going to be playing meta. Meta can sometimes be expensive. Dogmatica is expensive, so a lot of the locals might be just taking their Ultra guys with the Numeron Core. Numeron Core is still a thing. It's still around. Nothing in it got hit. You're still going to see it. Takes care of it. Takes care of a lot of stuff. Takes care of this really actually hurts Madolche. So if they're normal line of play is to use Angelia's effect, and you pop that, it doesn't resolve, and that can hurt it, and it can just hurt it just hurts a lot of stuff. So I think Ghost Ogre still carded, slept on this format. I ain't putting Ash in the side. I think putting Ash in the side is very incorrect. Ash should be in the main deck at all times. You can say the same about Joel Nightbird, but you are gonna come up against them rogue matches that it's just not gonna be there. This is like good utility cards that I think deal with just certain problems. So anti-spell fragrance. So if you have I still think Strike Striker is a very representative deck, and I also think that a lot of people are going to be picking up the Shaddolls. They're going to be picking up just anything that can resolve a bunch of spells, like even Drytron's resolve spells. This kills it. Anything that is spell reliant, this just takes care of it, and it's very cheap. You can get it in a common printing. Probably the cheapest hand trap I'm going to be displaying is the Ghost Bell and Haunted Mansion. This takes care of Divinity of your Servant. It takes care of anything in the grave. You can play the Skullmaster. The Skullmaster is kind of a little bit more on the pricey side, but this can do a lot more versus what Skullmaster can do. So that's why I put this in here versus having Skullmaster with it. Again, it's still going to be combo. It's still going to be a lot of rogue decks, or a lot of decks. Dragon Link can still represent a deck, even though people think it's that. It just won the LCQ in the Fury 3, but even before then, when people wrote it off, it was still there. Heroes is always a thing. Salman Great's always a thing. Madolche is a thing. Fan favorite like that. Play it, kills it, get over it. You don't have to worry. You're not going to be losing the matches you shouldn't lose to. And now I'm going to go into the back row hate part of this little segment. So Cosmic Cyclone is very good against the Elec deck, especially against the Numeron deck as well, because then you can go draw phase, standby phase, activate Cyclone, get rid of the Numeron network. They can't resolve the net. It takes care of the network. It also this is your Mystic Mine out. This is your Lost World out. So it's still very good. I still think it's very good, this format. Twin Twisters is actually getting back up a little heat, because a lot of decks are going back row love this format. So you know what? Why don't you take take care of two for the price of one? And this, I know it's going to be debated, and I know it's a little expensive, but guys, like I'm saying, we're not looking at $300 playsets for your side deck. You're looking at anywhere when I'm saying budget is under $100 and evenly matched. Evenly matched in Dark Ruler No More is one of the best blowout combos in this game. If you see that in your opening hand against a fully established board that wasted a bunch of resources to get into it, you're winning that game. Resolve Dark Ruler No More, then evenly matched. They only can keep one up. Go ahead and beat up. I know that you have to lose your battle phase to do that, but by that point you should have game state made. So these are my best. This is what I think should be for back row removal. Like I said, everything here can be playing a 3 of where Harpy's Feather Duster can't. That's why I don't agree with playing Harpy's Feather Duster in the side deck. That's why I don't agree with playing Call by the Grave. Now I'm just going to now this part of it's going to be a hand trap / a trap that just deals with decks that plus advantage, and you can abuse them for it. Dimension Shifter. Dimension shifter, it just, if your opponent needs to rely on their graveyard to play, this kills it. This is very good in Pure Zoo. This is very good in decks that you don't even have to use your graveyard. In fact, Trap Shaddolls, I think, doesn't take advantage of this the way that they should, because your line of play, even in Trap Shaddolls, are going second to set in 2. So by the time D-Shifter is actually offline, still think you should be. I think you should play it. Lancia just deals with them virtual decks. It just deals with anything that lives banished. And Dinos is still a thing. Dinos is still a very represented deck. It's not been hit. You may not see it in a lot of top cuts, but it's still there. It's still going to be in your local meta. Take care. Just play cards that are cheap and take care of that stuff, guys. DD Crow. With the new rule, what DD Crow is so if they try to chain, they put something in a graveyard chain, you can chain DD Crow, and since it moved locations, it doesn't resolve. This come in a dual Devastator box, just like a lot of these hand traps and a lot of these stuff I'm showing you. So it's very good. It does take care of the Elec matchup. So a lot of times, because I'm very experienced with playing Elec, the Elecs do try to set up either a trap card or they try to set up the Golden Lord in the grave. Just take care of that and make it to where they can't play. And the last card is a newer edition. It's called Different Dimension Grounds. This says this turn any monster sent to the grave is banished instead. Okay, so I'm gonna make a disclaimer here. While this is susceptible to call by the grave, it is susceptible to circular attack this talent. This isn't. This is $2 a copy. This is 20, literally a couple of cents. You probably, if you got locals and see this in the binder, somebody probably just give it to you. Have good back row cards, guys. Have good blowout cards. Have good cards that just do it. And nothing here besides the evenly matched Imperm that I've showed you is not really breaking the bank. And that's what's just good about this format, because we're kind of more into a steady format to where you can afford cards like this. You don't have to play the Forbidden Drops. You do not have to play the Triple Tactics talents. And I'm going to show you guys 3 more cards, and then I'm going to go ahead and let y'all go for today. This is just 3 cards that you can put in. Very cheap. They take care of most stuff. I don't rate them up high, but I think that in the right deck, in the right situation, that they're good. Dimensional Barrier. I know this is more representative. I know a lot of people in the comment probably saying, "Why would you not play D-Barrier? D-Barrier's good." It has to have setup. And that's just what. And a lot of decks now can actually play for this. It's still good. It's still budget. If you have it, play it. Not hating on nobody for it. This is going to be kind of more in the kind of higher mid-range, but this takes care of stuff for you, and it takes care of Lightning Storm, takes care of everything, and nobody's playing this card. I'm actually trying it out because I have that Grand Module player at my locals, and it doesn't matter how much I prep for him, I just still can't beat him. I'm going to test with this, but not everybody can afford Lightning Storms. Lightning Storm's like $100. Well, just be realistic. It's $85, I think, at the time of recording this video. But you need it in a playset. This right here is like $8. In fact, this is like, I think, a little bit more higher, and you can get the secret for like cheaper. So call Lightning Storm. Call what you need to call. It's a blowout card that's really good that nobody plays. And the last card, because for you Dogmatic Invoke players or you Shadow players, you are going to be playing the Terraforming. Side it. This is the only card I'd recommend siding at 1 because you can search it with Terraforming, but your inboard makes it crazier because you set up with this and you set up with pretty much just a full established Shadow board, and your opponent probably more likely ain't playing at this point. Alright guys, if you like the new take or you like this new idea that I talked to you guys about today with these really good side deck cards, y'all just let me know down in the comment section below. I appreciate the time that y'all taking out of your day. Just kind of let y'all know I do have a Dino deck profile hopefully coming up for you guys. I do have my brand new deck that I'm going to be rocking with the 2021 format with, probably for a little while. You guys are used to all the Shadow variants that I've been putting up, and I love Shadow. It's my favorite archetype. I'm kind of getting burned on it, and I want to try something new. Alright guys, so I'm going to go ahead and let y'all go, and I hope that you guys have a wonderful day. If I missed anything throughout this video, or you have any suggestions for new content, or just suggestions period for side deck options that I may not cover here, please put them down in the comment section below. I do try to respond to everything, and let's build a community.
Look, I'm on a mission. I'm just trying to be the greatest. Came up from the trenches, now they know my name is. And I don't know your daughter, but I be up on a playlist.